Welcome to the Cricket Roundup. We returned to the show after a few weeks due to some personal reasons. We hope that such delays will not take place in future. We had planned a discussion of the South African tour and the Zimbabwean tour when this program was being shot initially, but something more important came up, and I think we can put the analysis of things that happened in the past for something that's happening right now. An Indian publication recently wrote about Mohammad Amir, Pakistan's former fast bowler, that he might be playing IPL soon as he is seeking a British citizenship. Now, we all know that his wife is a British citizen, and as per the recent news, he has taken indefinite stay in the UK, which is an important step towards getting the citizenship. Many people have severely criticized Mohammad Amir's move, and some people have almost grown an animosity against Mohammad Amir, which I think is very unfair. Now, if you look at the Mohammad Amir saga, the person most at fault is Mohammad Amir. No one asked him to bowl those no balls for money. It was entirely his own call. Yes, he could have been manipulated into doing so, but again, he was the responsible party. Now, on Pakistan Cricket Board's part, ICC told them to handle the matter internally, which would have led to a 2-year ban on Mohammad Amir, and he would have returned to international cricket without actually any major issues. However, PCB decided not to use that option and put the ball back in ICC's court. Now, ICC has a minimum 5-year sentence for match fixing. Somebody like a Marlon Samuels, who's a 2-time T20 World Cup hero for West Indies, was banned for 2 years for having relations with bookies. Now, most people do not know this because it didn't get much publicity, unlike Mohammad Amir's case, and Samuels was back in the team within 2 years. Time flies by, people forget he wasn't even there. So I think it was a bad situation. Now, when we look at the situation of Mohammad Amir potentially relocating to UK, it's definitely not a case of just playing IPL. Yes, that might be on his mind. Azhar Mahmood previously is a Pakistani who has done that. We also have Imran Tahir, who actively plays in IPL, and he carries a South African passport. Mohammad Amir is also not a cricketer at his peak per se when it comes to international performance. He has been struggling for a while. His body language, we have talked about this previously, we have actually criticized him, looks very, very poor for an international cricketer, but he still has to make a living. Now, he's pretty much out of favor with PCB, and he's given some statements recently that a lot of people have again criticized him for those, and many people are now saying that he's actually making misbuys an excuse for his own poor performance. His return to international cricket was marred by two things: A, less than accurate bowling, which you would expect after such a long delay, and B, dropped catches. Now, he did suffer a lot. Amir definitely suffered a lot through those dropped catches, but eventually he couldn't find his rhythm. And maybe those 10 or 15 wickets that he lost over a period of 2 years would have helped, but we can't know for sure. Now he pursues a career away from Pakistan. I think, unlike people criticizing him for that and even calling him a traitor, I think he has every right to do that. He can take a British citizenship that will allow him to play county cricket as a British citizen, so he doesn't actually have to take their overseas player spot. Being close to 30, and he probably can get a citizenship in the next 2-3 years. I think he'll have good 5 years or so for county cricket. You have the European club level leagues, you have the American club level leagues, mostly T20 that a lot of players play, and you can play that easily into your mid-40s, so he will have that opportunity. IPL is obviously something that he can go to after that and probably make somewhere around maybe $500,000 a year. That's quite a bit of money for a cricketer, honestly speaking, especially one who can play all the leagues in the world, and I don't think anyone offers anything close to that. Overall, I think he's doing what's in his own best interest. Now, we can agree with him, we can disagree with him, but again, you have to put the bread on the table at the end of the day. Mohammad Amir was given a special treatment by PCB. and then he fell out of favor really bad. I think PCB has a history of investing and overly investing into players that disappoint. Shoaib Akhtar has been a brilliant product of the system, but Shoaib Akhtar was also a colossal disappointment at his given day. And a lot of his after retirement antics were really absurd, and he still continues to be absurd at times. He was one player that a lot of other players could have replaced, given they were consistently good players. I can name people like Mohammad Zahid, who got injured and lost hunger for cricket, more so because of the politics in the game. You have somebody like Shahid Nazir Bajwa, you have somebody like a Kabir Khan or a Fazl Akbar Durrani, who's playing a huge role in fast bowler development in Pakistan these days. A lot of these Peshawar boys are his students, and a lot of other names. Muhammad Akram, he's been the national fast bowling coach more than once. He had a lot of potential, but just because Shoaib Akhtar had the pace and people thought that they needed raw pace. I'm not saying Shoaib Akhtar did not deliver. He had a pretty decent career, but he could have done better, a lot better. Muhammad Amir is a similar case. He was preferred over other bowlers, and eventually he acted weirdly. Some of the people from the local cricket circles actually point this out, that even when he achieved the fame for the first time, he started acting a bit weird. Obviously, he was a teenager and did not know much how to handle that fame. So PCB also needs to ensure that when you have these new boys coming in, they are taught how to handle the fame and the money and all the glitz and glamour around being a cricket star. And given that Pakistan has players like Shaheen Afridi, Hassan Ali has made a very good comeback. You have other fast bowlers that are doing really well and are developing. You probably don't need Muhammad Amir's services at this point in time, and hopefully he gets a good career in UK or wherever he pursues it. I mean, it would be unfair to call him out when somebody like Sami Aslam left Pakistan for US for obviously better opportunities. Sami Aslam is young, and he has promised us an interview, but we haven't been able to get a hold of him recently. Colin Munro is another player who was playing for New Zealand, and he's now moved to the US, leaving his home country. A lot of South African players have made similar moves. They have taken callback deals. Some of those names were well-established South African players that the cricket board invested in, made sure they were selected consistently, and once they really got good, they looked for a more secure financial future and relocated to UK. So that's a part and parcel of the game. In the age of T20 mercenaries, we expect that people will do that, and they will look after their own interests. This is nothing unusual. Muhammad Amir might even be eligible for selection for the English team. I doubt he'll go down that route, but even if he does, that's entirely up to him, and we wish him all the best. I think he'll probably have a strong county stint in the future. He should also get to play a lot of leagues again. He's very much entitled to doing so, and let's hope for the best, and let's hope that our own pace battery continues to produce some brilliant fast bowlers that are more disciplined and can make better decisions. So until the next time, we'll see you then.